It was just announced this week. Renowned stand-up comedian and podcaster Tom Segura is bringing his Come Together tour to the XL Energy Center. Don't miss out on this night of laughter on Friday, April 18th. Tickets go on sale today, but caller number 11 right now will skip the line and win a pair of tickets. That's 1-800-320-5326.
Man, I got to go to more comedians. I love it, man. I had so much fun last night.
Awesome last night.
Every time I sit in the audience and go, why don't I do this all the time? This is a blast. What would I rather be doing right now? Sitting on my couch watching TV or sitting here laughing?
Exactly.
I love it, man.
Went and saw David Spade a few weeks ago.
Really?
It was spectacular. Hilarious.
You didn't mention that at all.
No, my memory's terrible.
Yeah,
There's that.
Brilliant, Perry.
No, all 6 comedians we had last night at that Power Trip night at the 10,000 Laughs Comedy Festival was spectacular.
Yeah.
6 for 6. They
then
were all great.
you forget, Cy's funny.
He's brilliant.
Love you, Cy. He's on his way in.
And one of I forget who it was. Was it Blake Wexler? Who pointed out when Cy walked into the green room, Sauce and Cy were dressed identically. They had the
same colors?
Same color shorts, same color hooded sweatshirt. It was like, did you guys plan this? And then Cy threw on actual pants for the stand-up. But temporarily, you guys dressed the exact same on accident.
Yeah.
Exact same.
Yeah, we're soulmates.
It did look like you had planned it.
Yeah.
Kind of freaky.
Yeah, we're soulmates.
Yeah.
Should we get to the news before Cy gets here, before Marnie gets here, before Creasel has to leave? And Crease, no Crease the next 2 Fridays, man.
Where you going, Brother Bear?
So, wife is going to visit a friend in Philly, so I have to get Chloe to school. And then the following Friday, I will be in Las Vegas.
Hell yeah.
Let's go. I'm going Thursday afternoon so I can be there for the Vikings game. Be skull chatting in a sports book. Just people will be so happy to see me, but not.
Man,
but I don't care.
Love it.
Roll on from there, man. You jump in a car, you're 3.5 hours away from the stadium, and you can roll on in for the game.
Ooh. No,
Hey, I'd rather be in Vegas.
Sports book.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead. Get her done.
And team slots.
Yes.
Oh, can't wait.
Buffalo!
Oh, hell yeah. This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey.
Hi. That's me, everybody. I'm doing this story for a couple of reasons. Number one, to remind everybody out there, if you are in a mental health crisis, please talk to somebody.
Yes.
Right?
Please.
And if you're concerned that somebody you know or love is, just ask them how they're doing. Just try, right? And then forward them to the experts who can help. But I'm actually doing this story as well to say, my goodness, there are heroic people, thank God. And I am not one of them. A death-defying rescue operation was launched by authorities in the South Twin Cities Metro on Thursday after a man climbed to the top of a 250-foot-tall radio tower. The unusual emergency unfolded on Thursday morning with police saying a male in crisis had scaled the Salem Media Group tower off of Cliff Road. It sparked a response from various emergency services, including the Dakota County Special Operations Team, which deployed a high-angle rope rescue to bring the man back down to the ground.
A high-angle rope rescue.
You got to see the pictures, man. You can't believe it. I know. Pictures shared by the Eagan Police Department show the DCSOT officer climbing the tower to reach the man, later identified as a 51-year-old from Moorhead, and bring him safely to the ground. The man was taken to a local hospital where he was being treated for cold exposure.
Come on, Cully. Retirement's not that bad.
Yeah. Thank you to all first responders on scene who assisted in bringing the situation to a safe ending. But I don't know how you can climb that high with balls that big and then carry that guy down. I mean, come on.
Yeah, amazing.
250 foot. By my math, that's 25 stories.
I like your math.
Yeah,
I
your
believe
math
so.
is correct, I think.
That's that's a long ways up.
You better believe it. I wonder, there's so many questions I have about this story, but how do you train for that?
Grease, any idea?
John?
No, just doing it. First, you have to be brave enough to do it. And then I'm sure that they do, like in the military, everyone just rappelling, everyone, slides off of towers with the rope and the whole deal. Even if you're not air assault or anything like that, you do it. But the ones who are experts at it do it all the time, often. So when something like this happens, there is someone that has done it enough times that they know exactly what to do.
The only time I've ever heard of anything like this happening was, if you guys remember, it's been a while ago, but we talked about it on the show. A gentleman was up at the top changing the light at the top of the tower, had a heart attack and died, and they had to go up and get him.
Oh, crazy.
I know.
Oh,
I know. Anyway, all y'all out there, thank you. So many people do things I can't even think of doing. I can't even imagine. Sheesh.
The videos on YouTube, have you seen like the GoPro where they climb to the top of those radio towers and are like, thousands of feet in the air, and it's just on this little, it is.
And you feel the swaying up there, no matter how tight those ropes are.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
That movie, I forgot what it was called, where those people went to the top of those buildings, and it was like with no
King Kong.
It was King Kong. It was a Netflix bit. Weaver and I talked about it,
and it was what
was that called?
Elevate.
Bird on a Wire with Goldie Hawn.
But they go all the way. They climbed the tallest building in the world with no bits, and then they do these like where he holds his gal up over his head, standing on the top of this building with nothing holding them.
I feel like I when I watched it, this is probably months ago now, when I watched the YouTube video again, it was a radio tower. And I feel like we don't think about like we get to be on the radio here because of people like those who climb those towers, change those light bulbs, maintain it. So I don't know who those people are. I don't think Jess here is climbing the towers anymore. But
what's that supposed to mean? You don't think he can do it?
Yeah. What's your problem?
I think he can do it.
Jasper likes to climb to the top of the tower and poop on people.
Yeah, he's the guy that once a week does this, right?
You should have seen him in New York.
He's got a fresh batch coming up soon, I think.
Yeah. 6 days away.
Yeah. He loves it when I use his last name, by the way.
Yes.
Is he the guy in your band?
It's his favorite.
He is. Yes. It's that time of year. Are you guys ready for this sentence?
I don't think so.
The first snow of the season could be falling in Minnesota this weekend. Obviously up north.
Sorry, John.
What's about to happen?
Devastating.
It's hockey season.
Sorry, Daddy.
That's right, man.
Need a little snow.
Temperatures have been averaging 5 to 7 degrees above normal since Labor Day, which is that's a big amount. Of course, September was the warmest on record for both the state and the Twin Cities. But we finally have legitimate October chill coming in for Sunday into Monday. Temperatures on Sunday afternoon, maybe in the upper 30s in northeast Minnesota. So a little bit of little flurries. For me, man, I tell you, my whole life, the first day you see the snowflakes falling in your headlights as you're driving down the road,
I want to steer into the ditch. It's all good till Christmas. After Christmas, then I'm out.
We all agree. Once it's like January 15th, you're like, well, this is terrible.
There's no doubt the worst 2 months of the year in Minnesota are January and February. It's not even close.
Yeah. This January will be wonderful.
Those are the worst two.
This January will be wonderful.
It's a wonderful month. I love January.
We're going to Super Bowl, so it'll be so much fun.
Yeah. And you and my dad are finally getting hitched.
No, we can't.
How?
Hi. That's not the question I expected.
This will be the year it happens. So every year I would talk to my dad before the season. Every year. I think this is the year, Johnny. Johnny, they're going to do it this year. And this year he said it again, and I was like, calm down now. And now he has passed away. I feel like this year, if there is a year, it's like he's up there until the Lord gets tired of him.
Yes.
The Lord will be like, quit trying to throw boots up here.
If you'll shut up, I'll let them win the Super Bowl.
You mentioned that January is going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
How do you know it's January?
What do you mean?
How do you know your son's going to be born in January?
Well, even if he's born in December, January.
I thought you were talking
why can't it be February or beyond?
How have we not gambled on this?
How do we know the gestation period of Kelly is exactly 9 months? What if it's like an elephant? Not that she's an elephant, but what if it's closer to like 2 years?
Yeah.
What if it's 2 years? What if it's August of 25?
That would be odd.
I was due in December 94, didn't come till Jan of 95, so...
You're a mama's guy, huh? You wanted to stay in there.
It was nice.
But once you got out, you never wanted to go back.
It was the last time you were there.
So have the doctors told you and your lovely wife that 9 months is the projected amount of time?
Yeah. Isn't that most of them?
Yeah. I am willing to gamble, though, that it's
We should gamble.
Could you see a January birthday?
I mean, would I be surprised if it was
had
January?
dialect with the doctor.
You mean dialogue?
Damn it, dialogue.
No, they speak different languages.
Yeah, the doctor speaks English. That's step one. All right, what else we got for the news?
Krispy Kreme
Yeah, how about this?
is returning to the Twin Cities.
Oh, wow.
The North Carolina-based donut chain is preparing to take over the former CVS pharmacy on University Avenue in Fridley. Fridley planning manager Stacy Stromberg confirmed Krispy Kreme filed a building permit, and they're coming back. Let's see if we have a date. Doesn't look like it. We have a date yet. But early summer or late spring, they're saying. So there you go. Krispy Kreme on its way back. You know what? This time, open one store, make sure it works.
Yeah.
Then open another and make sure it works. Don't open 57 of them at once.
Yeah, correct.
I had it in England. I had right outside of Windsor Castle. Again, it's just weird to have the castle right there, and then I'm at a Krispy Kreme. They had some kind of sugar cinnamon donut I'd never had of theirs here.
Yeah.
A+.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
A+.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Cinnamon
Bring
sugar.
those back.
I'm going to tell you right now, they call themselves just Dunkin', but they'll always be Dunkin' Donuts to me.
Yeah.
The cream-filled ones with the white powder sugar on the outside.
So
First
good.
of all, you look like you've had dandruff for a long time.
Or you're doing yayo.
Yeah.
But my God, are they good? Donuts are, I think, the worst thing for me that I love the most. Outside of sex and gambling.
Wow.
And driving fast and doing drugs. Never mind.
Your doctor would say donuts are fine. Cut the others out.
Donuts are
You know what?
great.
Put the rest of it away and have a donut, fatso. Anyway, I do love donuts.
More donuts in the Twin Cities, please. More.
It is on the way to work for me. So
Come on now. Come on.
Might
Oh,
be
by the way,
making some stops
I
for
got an
y'all.
email from somebody saying, because I mentioned my love for the chicken Big Mac.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to bring some free ones.
Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah, because, I love McDonald's. But, I'll pay for them. I don't want them for free.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
Perry will pay
Yeah,
for it.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean-
I'm here.
You know what I like is luxury condos.
Any specific town, city?
Nope, I just want one to be given to me for free.
Oh.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
I mean, you can ask for
That'd
anything.
be cool. You never know.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about it earlier, but it has happened. The coolest thing made in Minnesota, a contest has crowned the winner. The inaugural contest was 3M's Scotch brand Magic Tape was the winner. There you go. Congratulations.
It bangs.
It's a staple.
It bangs.
I mean, it's a staple.
What was Christmas like before Scotch tape?
Good question.
That is
Yeah,
a
great question.
Great question.
Tonight at 10.
Good question.
You know what, by the way, I should tell you this, Corey, because you care about this, and who knows how the show go from here on. Limp Bizkit is suing Universal Music Group, alleging the label owes the band over $200 million.
I saw this.
That's a big...
I assume you're about to read this, but do you know how many royalties they claim they've gotten from the record company?
I'm looking through. I don't know, huh? No.
They claim 0.
That's insane.
Wow.
How is
They
that
claim
possible?
they've never gotten a dime.
Unless you signed something.
Yeah, did they read the small print?
I'm curious to see the details of this because did they just forget to pay them royalties, or was there some agreement that they signed that was stupid, but now they're going, I wish we hadn't done that deal.
Limp Bizkit doesn't make stupid choices or stupid mistakes,
Sure,
right?
right.
They break stuff.
UMG's accounting practices are pointed out in the suit, while attorneys claiming unknown charges such as an additional $200,000 appear on statements to overdraft the band's account. UMG eventually released $1.3 million to the band and an additional $2.3 million to Durst's Flawless Records, but the complaint alleges much more money is owed. So again, it sounds like they were finding ways to charge them for additional charges to things like an overdraft of the band's account. And just took a bunch of their money. That sucks, man.
That does suck.
Brutal.
I mean, come on. You sold a bunch of records when records sold.
They were
monsters. Now he does have reason to break stuff.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
But they're having a resurgence, man. They tour and they still...
daughters and their friends love it.
Because it's the live show
Love
is
it.
so much fun.
Yeah, why not? Music is fun.
Limp Bizkit Eminem is potentially the greatest concert I ever went to.
Nothing but energy, right?
It was all energy.
Electric.
The laser shows.
Yeah.
God, that would have been
It was
fun.
Wes
Just
jumping
fun.
around.
Yep.
Wes is the best.
Wes is
That
a
an
monster on guitar.
underrated guy, right
And then
there.
the intermission was long because they built a replica of Eminem's childhood home on the stage. No big deal. Just building a house on there. Bob Vila was there just hammering away and then building.
Speaking of hammering away,
Oh, no.
I just got this forwarded to me. What's your name, Sauce?
Yeah.
I said I was done, but I got to get you this one. We got to know more. Mount Olivet, Kentucky. A woman is in custody. A woman is in custody after cops say they found a dismembered corpse and cooked body parts in her Kentucky home.
Cooked.
Yeah. Her name
Okay,
is
hang on. Let Chris finish.
Low and slow.
Toralina. Torilena. That's a new one. but it sounds like an old one. I've never heard the name Torlina before, but it sounds like Grandma Torlina used to come on down here and eat people.
Paul, your hands up.
Woodhawk.
He does like good home cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
likes a woman who can cook.
He likes mean people.
Yeah.
How was your day? Torlina. Yeah. She's in the trunk now.
Torlina May Fields was arrested Tuesday in Mount Olivet Court and charged with abuse of a corpse.
Jesus.
Police say they were checking on a report of a deceased woman when they found the body along with the body parts inside a folded mattress. They also found what appeared to be body parts inside a pot in the oven. The body reportedly belonged to her mama.
Oh, boy.
Halloween is near.
Yeah, it is.
Woof.
She's making some stew.
Spooky.
Torlina, cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, you would.
Anyway, there you go. That's your news, ladies and gentlemen. That's pretty gross, right?
Yeah.
Chris, you gotta go.
I gotta go. I love you guys very, very much. I will see you in, 3 weeks? Maybe we'll figure out a time to come in the next couple of weeks. So, yes, I'll call in, but maybe we'll figure out another time. If your company, though, could use a inspirational speaker, go to my website, johncreasel.com. 2025 is filling up. Also, I do have an open to the public event in Mankato on Monday evening, November 4th at Mankato State University Centennial Student Union Ostrander Auditorium. Doors open at 7. I'll start at 7:30. I'll be selling books. That's November 4th. It's a Monday. Go to my website, johncreasel.com. Book me. Love you guys.
Love you, Crease.
All right, Cy Amundson's in the building. We expect Marty Gellner shortly. Mark Parrish is here. Sauce will walk us through sports after this on The Fan.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's Patrick Morning Show. Here we are. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. We are local. We are your official morning show of the Minnesota Vikings. Off this weekend, but don't worry. Plenty of football on. Gophers as well at UCLA. And only one game in the books, but your Lynx are already one game up in the WNBA championships after last night's
giant comeback.
Victory. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Down 18 at one point, but also down 15 with 5 and change to go.
Yeah.
Epic comeback. It goes to overtime, controversial fashion. Thought the Lynx were on the brink of getting screwed. If Brianna Stewart just makes that second free throw, I think we're all throwing a giant fit, saying we got screwed. But they survive. They win in overtime, 95-93 over the New York Liberty of Anaheim. So, one rip after one. Game 2 Sunday in New York.
That's right. And by the way, Cheryl Reeve was real big on her team and their rally.
Well, we're the first team in WNBA playoff history to be down 15 and come back and win the game. So that ranks really high. I think it defines our team in terms of being able to get through difficult times. You know, that's what we say. We've been talking about. All these interviews we've been given. What we're talking about is, you have to be mentally tough, resilient. You have to look inward and not blame other people, and give each other confidence. And we were that team.
Yeah, and the stat she was talking about with over 5 minutes to go, again, down 15 points. And in the history of the WNBA postseason, teams that were down 15 plus in the final 5 minutes, 0-183 all time until last night.
Wow. Ooh. Good for them.
Big comeback.
Hell yeah.
I heard Lindsay on with Gersey the other day. I can't remember what she said, but I think this team was picked to finish 9th or something like that.
Yeah, low expectations.
Yeah, really low expectations. Yeah. Just like when I go to see Cy Amundson in concert.
Well, that's a hurtful start to the morning.
Dude, you were so good last night.
So good.
So good.
None that didn't work. You can't start that way and come back. Now I've got my swords out.
Yeah.
I will say it's distracted me from the fact that as I was rolling in, for some reason Corey was calling pregnant women elephants. So.
I don't know why it's like that.
My wife.
That's how he is.
Yeah.
Was your wife, Cy, just pregnant for 9 months?
Dude, so my wife felt like she was pregnant for 4 or 5 years, and she did this thing the other day where I got home and she was at the table with our human baby, and she goes, hey, it's kind of was like great that I was just like a normal looking pregnant lady, don't you think? I was like, I don't feel like I should be a part of this conversation.
Yeah, it was a smart move.
At all. But then, and here's the thing, this is her words, white women at home. She started describing the different types of pregnant women. And she's right. It's like the political sphere where 80 to 90% are just regular old prego. And then you have the extremes on both sides, where on one side, some ladies, they're just a normal lady and then they get pregnant like a houseboat. It looks like they're 17 months pregnant. Like, when the semi-truck is hauling half a house down the highway and you're like, I don't even understand the math of how that works. But then the other ones are those ladies who look like a snake that swallowed a cannonball. Where they're like 9.5 months pregnant, running a marathon in a sports bra, and you can see the baby's hands sign languaging cheeseburger through their stomach. So you guys can follow Jenna on Instagram and let her know how you feel about that.
Which one is Kelly? The half a house down the highway, or the snake with the cannonball?
Do not answer the question. He's setting you up.
She's in the middle. She's in the regular middle.
She's the 80%er.
Yeah.
Oh man, everybody was great Everybody was great last night. Cy, thanks for helping coordinate and set that up. That was fantastic.
Helping by, in other words, you did all the work.
Yeah, you did all the work.
You did all the help. It was great. Thank you, man.
Good lineup.
Yeah, it's Hawk and I, because I live down where Hawk is from.
Yeah.
And if I could, Hawk, gently describe the people down there.
I'd really like it because I from being from there, I don't, I need an outsider's perspective.
Dumb. And I always forget, like when I come back home and get to do stand up, how wonderful and smart and like nuanced this city is and this state is and these people are. And then you go down there and they're like, but that wasn't about your wiener. And
wait, that's what we're good at.
Yeah, that sounds like me on this show.
I've got bad news for you. There's dumber wiener humor than this show.
Oh, wow. Well, we'll try harder.
Challenge accepted.
Put some effort in.
The gentleman who opened the show last night,
Cody Walker.
Cody Walker.
Hilarious, by the way. Was he painting your house? Is that really how you met him?
So we moved. We bought a house and we hired his family's company to paint. He's painting. He was a fan of Chad and I's podcast, Middle of Somewhere. We get talking. He had done like improv in Chicago, and so he'd always wanted to get into stand-up. We start talking. All of a sudden, he starts showing up at stand-up shows. He's been doing it like a year, and when you've been doing it a year, you're an utter nightmare. You're an utter nightmare for like 7 or 8 years. And he is uniquely talented at a year, and he's originally a musician, as well. So they put Hawk. You'd love this. They do this show down there called Keep It Open. That is music and comedy. It's music and comedy. So I think he's just naturally capable of being in front of people.
Sure, yeah.
And then when you figure out how to write, it gets a lot easier.
That's the best, man.
Marnie, Cy, Marnie, Parrish, Cy.
Good morning,
Marnie, you're not dead to me, but you also weren't there last night. And when I invite people, I hold that seriously. So it's nice to see you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe next year.
I guess I'm glad I'm not on the invite list.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, Parrish, you got to earn stuff like that. Marnie's a step above. I hold her in high esteem.
Very fair.
I've seen you liquored up after a state championship hockey game.
That's true. Yes.
I can't bring you to the event.
6 at the time.
Welcome back, Marnes.
Hi, Marnes.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
Grand Old Opry trip. We can talk about that later. Links are up 1 rip. What a week for you.
Goodness. I'm still sorting it out. That game last night was incredible. Incredible. Did you get to watch it?
No, we were doing the comedy bit.
But I caught
it on the radio at the end.
Was it on anywhere?
I didn't follow it for a second until I got in the car, and it was 9 seconds to go in regulation. And I heard the end of it on radio.
Unbelievable.
So cool.
Probably not as good as your show, though, right?
No, it was awesome.
It was really good.
Sauce, can we do sports and we can talk about the links?
Yes.
Marty, you have to change your attitude. I don't like it. I can tell you're mean all of a sudden, and I get scared by me and Horn.
Wow. Your mic is on.
That was.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip.
See, look at your face already. Why are you so mad?
Property preservation.
Thank you all around.
Thanks all around property preservation.
Why are you so mad?
The Minnesota Lynx at one point were down 18. They were down 15 with under 6 minutes to go in the fourth. and they beat the Liberty 95-93 in OT.
Yes.
Courtney Williams had 21. Nafisa Collier had 23. Nafisa Collier had 21. Game 2 is this Sunday at 2 p.m. Your Lynx own a 1-0 lead.
Congratulations.
The Lynx will be, I think, on the plus. Hawk, would you look to your left, please?
Nope.
They're on the plus, which is?
I don't know. It took me 10 minutes to find it last night.
I think it's 96.10. So, yeah, they own a 1-0 lead, Marnes.
96.10.
Would it be 96.1?
That's what I was thinking, Marnes.
I think it's 96.
I think it's 96.1 thousand.
Yes.
The haymakers last night and big bucket after big bucket and improbable shots, and Brianna Stewart at the free throw line with 1 second to go and New York down by 1, and she made the first free throw and she missed the second.
Did you think that was a foul? I did not. I thought both players got the ball.
On the plus, by the way. Sorry. Yes, on the plus.
Thanks, Hugs.
You're welcome.
What do you think, Barnes?
I thought that one in particular was, a foul. I mean, they had they had the ball, yes, and they both had lots of her body.
Okay.
Button bar.
I don't know. I feel like in that situation, first of all, you might not want to let the inbound pass go right under the basket. How about not let that pass get in there?
Yeah.
But
after watching the replay multiple times, I was like, yeah, they got her pretty good. And Rebecca Lobo kept saying, yeah, Nafisa with her left arm, and I was watching Alana Smith. I thought with both arms, I'm like, yeah, that's a foul. It's tough to call in that situation. It better be egregious.
Yeah, it's Black Velvet.
Great song.
Yeah, but also, that's why you can't let the pass get in there. Is when you have two people trying to block it, the official is going to assume somewhere in there is a foul, even though it might not have been. Oh, man. Anyway, but she missed a free throw and all's good because they won it in overtime.
And before that, Courtney Williams hitting a three-pointer and getting fouled and making that free throw with like 18 seconds left or whenever that came out. There were so many big plays. I kept literally jumping off of the couch and waving a blanket.
That's reckless.
That was my celly.
Quit
Love it.
doing so much heroin.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. It was such a fun game. I don't care if you're a fan of basketball or the WNBA, or if you are a fan of sports in general, the back and forth of that game was unbelievable in the final 3 minutes of regulation all the way through the end of overtime. It was incredible. And on the biggest stage, at I almost said Madison Square Garden, Barclays Center, but sold out, 17,000 in the finals. It was awesome.
Love going into somebody else's building and shutting them up. That was the best.
In game one.
Yeah,
Game one, right? Well, not too many. That's why I loved it so much. No, that's awesome. Playoff sports are the best. I don't care what it is. I've been watching baseball a ton. Obviously, I love this time of year. I love playoff sports. You can't help but get engulfed in the energy when you get around those buildings. You get into those buildings, or just watching it at home, like I did with the Mets the other day, screaming my head off and scaring the dogs when Lindor hit that grand slam. Side note, Mets fan.
Okay.
What's more exciting, playoff baseball or listening to somebody on radio talk about the NFL draft like a month in advance?
I like the latter.
Yeah,
I like it. So much fun.
Sauce, would you like to answer that?
Big fan of
playoffs. Yeah, it's the NFL draft, and I don't need your tone this week.
Here's the worst part. I shouldn't have even used the NFL draft because that's fun. I'm going to back out. I'm going to back out of the baseball talk. I'll say something bad. I'm just celebrating joining the nation of fans now, given the announcement yesterday. Yeah. I'm 20 years gone. I was gone after the Torrey Hunter thing, and I'm coming back potentially based on who buys.
Yeah.
Well,
nice.
After 40 years of owning the Twins, the Pohlads are putting the Twins up for sale. They were bought for $44 million in 1984.
Yeah, they're going to have one heck of a turnaround there. Yeah, and Hawk, we were talking about this a little bit too, and I know Kreese was talking about spending money to make money is where it kind of clicked in for me too, and this is absolutely a reaction to the PR nightmare. If they were planning on selling the team this year, they would have put a better product on the field to sell it. Now they are just realizing that they made a couple of blunders in the PR, and they're kind of throwing it out there to see how everybody feels about it. and I'm not so sure they're happy about the reaction they're getting.
Right, because to your point, Parrish, on the HGTV show Love It or List It, they normally invest a ton of money.
I love Love It or List It.
They
for the
invest a
record.
ton of money ahead of time, and then the couple has to decide, well, now that the house looks so good, are we staying here or are we going to flip this thing for a profit? Yeah. And inevitably, halfway through the episode, there's always a budget issue, and then Hillary freaks out and says that she can't do it. It's the same thing 1,000 times over.
Hillary
and David,
for 100%.
sure, she is so bossy.
Yep.
Or is
Dave
it that
Bizkit,
thing?
I love that show.
Is it the thing where in a movie a guy is running a long con for his whole life, like Catch Me If You Can, and then one day they finally have him in handcuffs? I don't know, man. I think they could have sold it 5 years ago. They could have sold it 8 years ago. It's funny to watch as somebody who was a diehard Kirby Puckett fan who said to my dad's, he'll still mention this, so if you're listening, Bruce, suck it. It's fine. But I held up a sign at our school when Kirby Puckett came for a DARE event that said, I wish Kirby was my dad. So there's a little bit of some negativity in our home.
Wait, Kirby Puckett came to Worthington for a DARE event?
Listen to me. Kirby,
are you nuts?
And let me tell you about the savage teachers in our school. They were like, no signs, no autographs, like to junior high kids. So I was wearing Jinkos at the time because I was a high-level loser as a junior high student. Made a sign, said, wish Kirby was my dad, rolled it up, hit it in a Jinko leg, pulled it out, got in a lot of trouble, but walking out, Kirby took off his DARE hat, and I thought it was because he wanted to give it to somebody, probably because he was like, I'm not a big DARE guy. But I have an authentic Kirby Sweat DARE cap somewhere in a baby box.
That's super cool. Sweet.
Yeah, so I'm like, I die-hard Twins, but I just feel like, maybe the jig was up, but I don't know, man. I think, well, whatever. I'll keep it to myself. Yeah, Kirby.
Yeah.
Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's cool. Let's go. And I believe Bonus said it. What last Tuesday? Tuesday before that? When he was talking about it, he's like, they do so much great work in the Twin Cities for charities. They raise money. They do great things. And then they just rip to shreds because of the decisions they make with the baseball team. Sell it and live your good legacy, man.
Yeah.
Why not do that? I don't know if they care about that sort of thing, but it looks like maybe they do.
Well, that's the thing with sports that are so interesting that nobody ever talks about. We all talk about the players who should get signed, who should get fired. It all comes down to ownership. Always. Like, if you go back, like Eddie DeBartolo is the standard for the Niners, and then Robert Kraft learned from DeBartolo. And that's why we're so lucky with the Wilfs, who actually, like, I don't expect anybody to put profits completely above winning. No. But I think anybody who's worth their salt recognize if you put those on tracks next to each other, they really support one another. That's why, I know everybody in this town is like, he was a Yankee and I don't understand nuance. So they don't like Alex Rodriguez. But man, to have two cool owners that really care about whether or not we win is a really great thing. And hopefully the next one is doing the same thing.
Amen.
All right, we'll get to Vikings news in a second, even though it's the bye week. Mark Parrish is here. Marnie Gellner is here. We can ask Marnie about her trip to the Grand Ole Opry. We still got to ask Parrish about the Wild season opener. They won last night 3-2 over Columbus against our former coach. More of the Power Trip Morning Show, including initials at 8:15. A 5-way game today, and one of you has a crack at $75,500.
The Fan. Here.
The wild win.
It's a hard-fought game. I think, home opener on both sides. The first game, there's so much energy in the games that, there wasn't a lot of free ice, and so, you got to be able to understand that when you're coming into the season, because the regular season games are a step up too. So it was good.
100%.
PJ agrees. There you go. Welcome back to the Power Trip Morning Show. Hines, the big win for your big wild white. Right?
White.
Right? White, Mikey?
White. That's white. No, it was good. It was, they came back, or I shouldn't say they came back. There's so much anticipation, enthusiasm, and I know this team has been putting a ton of pressure on themselves with everything that happened last year to come out strong with the start. And, the first period was a little rough. It was kind of, there was a lot of indecision. There was a lot of thinking and a lot less skating and physical contact. But that just got better as the game went on. Gustafson played spectacular. Wow. And you got to hand it to Merzlikins, too. He made a couple of huge saves in the first.
Is that the kid?
Elvis is the other team's goalie for Columbus.
Okay, I'm sorry, because I was reading. I was reading we have 3 goaltenders this year.
Volstead is our kid. He didn't back up last night. Fleury backed up, but yeah, he'll definitely get his shot. I have been a part. New York, we ran 3 goalies for a while. And I, it can work. The goalies got along great. I guess it all depends on the attitudes and the goalies and how well they get along too. But that competitiveness, that inter squad competition can be very, very good for a team. And especially for a young goaltender like Volstead. Gustafson keeps playing hot. He just keeps learning under Fleury and obviously under Gus as well. But there's just a lot more knowledge coming from Marc-Andre Fleury. No offense, Gus Bus.
It's an interesting thing to name your kid Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis Merzlikins. I can't remember where he's from, but obviously
Graceland.
Yeah.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Amen.
Right.
But no, the goalies played great. Like I said, Johansson was absolutely flying. Boldy and Eck, because of all the injuries last year, they did play very well together, but there was just the mix and match of lines. They didn't really get an opportunity to really play together long enough to just kind of, let's see what they can do. You know what I mean? They shown that they could play well together. And my God, did they look excited to play last night. Matt Boldy, incredible. I was a little nervous because, with him not playing a single game in camp, that body contact, the physicality can throw you off a little bit, but he's truly kind of come into his own. I think he's going to have a monstrous year. This is going to be his breakout year in the NHL.
Let's go.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's 40. I think at some point with the way he shoots and he decides to become one, he'll be a 50-goal scorer too, which is unbelievable to think that. I think Kaprizov will do it this year, and we have the possibility of having two guys on our one squad. That's absolutely insane. And go ahead.
I was just going to say that the catalyst of the game, Philip Gustafson.
Gus was awesome.
That second period, it could have been really bad for the Wild yesterday, and he kept them in it in that second period in particular because Columbus came out flying. I know Dean wanted to win this game.
Oh yeah,
so much, and I bet he ripped him a new one in that locker room because the Blue Jackets came out of the gates and they were peppering Gustafson, and he stood tall. So good for him. And
yeah. Columbus without the skill. Obviously we've all heard about Johnny Gaudreau. Unfortunately, losing that is a hole that you just can't fill. But then you got Boone Jenner, their captain, who goes out with a shoulder injury. He's out for I don't even know how long, a while.
It's an interesting choice to name your kid
Boone Jenner. Yeah, right. He's a spectacular hockey player. But so their 2 big skill guys were out, but so they literally just simplified and they decided right away from the get go that they were just going to try and outwork the Wild, and they did for. If you're being honest, probably the majority of the game. They outworked the Wild, but the Wild skill did come through. Luckily, that one line was flying in again. Zach Gusbus. Again, here's that inter squad competition, too. I mean, his rear view mirror, there's a ginormous goaltender named Volstead sitting there just waiting to get an opportunity. So
that's a huge bitch.
Huge bitch. And he's obviously feeling a lot of pressure. Well, he came out last night and played absolutely amazing. His demeanor was awesome. His rebound control was spectacular. I mean, he made some just huge saves when there was all kinds of defensive breakdowns. I kind of mentioned a little bit off air that, if you're John Hines and you're really breaking that game down, you're happy that we found a way to win, to get 2 points, find a way to get the win. The power play stepped up big when we needed it to be. Obviously, no concerns of Boldy whatsoever. That line's flying. Kaprizov and Zuccarello were doing their thing. But again, Kirill just gets into this thing. And I don't want to overreact or make any. This is one game, okay? Just one game. So just relax as I say this. But as he's, he looks to pass. He's a very, very unselfish hockey player, and his first thought is pass first. And he's unfortunately our best shooter as well. As much as I love watching Matt Boldy shoot, Kirill's our best finisher. And if he shoots first, it's just like a power play. You've got to establish the shot and then the passing lane's open. People will start leaning more to block. They're more worried about blocking your shot than they are worried about getting that stick in the passing lane, and that's when those things will just open up tremendously for him and Zuccarello. Once he just... Watch Connor McDavid. I mean, he comes out and shoots everything. If he has the opportunity, he's firing that puck, and Kirill's got to come out with that same attitude, and then those passing lanes will just open up like them. But again, one game, relax.
That's hockey.
It was awesome. It was a great one. Hockey!
That's right. And this is Viking News brought to you by Radco.
Thanks, Radco. The Vikings are on the bye. They play Detroit next Sunday.
Yeah, right.
No, he's right.
Marnie,
he's right.
You have pulled a prestige-esque long play and fooled everybody that you like Tiger Lily Gold so much that they invited you to the Grand Ole Opry. What a scam!
Yeah, it worked.
To get those girls to
How do you feel
fall
about
for this,
yourself?
to basically be like, yeah, Marnie's great. We should invite her. Now you're going to Nashville. You're traveling with him. You're like best friends with him.
We found your
calculated.
Yeah,
calculated.
We're not falling for this, even though those two lovely gals have. We don't buy it.
It was awesome.
So
with
walk us through
my
it.
Very best friends. Well, when they were here for Winstock over the summer, we just were talking about Nashville. I've been to Nashville once in my entire life, and it was whenever the Gopher football team played in the Music City Bowl. That terrible, terrible game 18-ish years ago. And it was a work trip. Okay, there you go. Mm-hmm. And you guys know how much I love country music, and to only have been to Nashville once in my entire life, I mean, that's sad. So
yeah, we were crying about it.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah. Oh, man, am I a woman?
I am, yes.
What? This is from The Office.
We talked about it at Winstock, and I said, I just really want to go to the Opry, and they're like, I can't believe it. We've played the Opry 10 times, 12 times, whatever. And I said, if you get an invitation to play the Opry in the fall, can you let me know? I'm done with Lynx. I haven't started Wolves. Sure enough, it was actually their mom. It was Brenda who texted me, and she said the girls are going to play the Opry on October 9th.
And it sucked.
Paul, your hands up?
Oh, I did.
Yes.
Brenda Woodhawk.
Yes.
Yeah, she's in Tiger Lily Gray.
She's very cool.
Really good, Cor.
Honest to God.
Man, that was really good.
That was good. You're smiling. You want to laugh.
Yeah.
She does not.
Yes, she does.
What does that have to do with it?
Bring it on.
I don't even finish my story.
What's the actual Opry like? Forget the fact that you love the actual group themselves. It's just, what's the Opry vibe?
Quit hitting buttons, Corey. I'm trying to listen to the story.
I'm trying to listen.
Yeah, it's definitely
I
me.
got tickets to the show, but also wristbands to just be backstage, like family passes, whatever. So hanging out was really cool. Every room has a theme, and there are photos all over the walls of all the greats who have been there, and they're famous for their lemonade and popcorn. Apparently, we met a woman named Lemonade who works there, who makes the lemonade. It
Paul,
even
your
says
hands
in her
up.
name tag.
Woodhawk.
Of course, she slings drinks.
It was one of the most surreal, cool experiences of my life,
Awesome.
and I'm not even exaggerating.
That's awesome.
I was been lucky enough with the Garth Brooks Teammates for Kids that we had dinner on the stage at the Grand Ole Opry, and that was super cool.
Did you have lemonade and popcorn?
Yeah. No, I had lemonade and Jack Daniels.
Sounds it. Yeah, that is correct. Yeah.
Sounds right.
They're at the Grand Ole Opry, which is actually OLE.
Yeah.
Grand Ole Opry. There's a circle where the singers stand, and when they built this Opry in like the 70s, away from the Ryman, which was the original one from the 40s to the 70s, they took the wood from the floor, of course, and then they rebuilt the circle. And so you'll hear artists say, "Wow, when I stood in that circle," blah blah, and they finish the story. So you got to be on the stage. Did you stand in the circle?
Yes.
Did you get a photo?
Yeah, Nikki and I actually have a picture with Garth and Trisha in the circle. And yeah, like he obviously made a point of explaining that, because I mean it's obvious, right? There's a bit of an older floor, they're in there, and I didn't understand. Yeah, so it was super cool. It was an amazing night. Just and again, you don't. I grew up being a huge country music fan, but I didn't really know much about the Grand Ole Opry. Of course, I've heard of it a million times, but not being an enormous country fan, even more at that time. it was super cool. It's surreal. Like when they started rattling off the names,
I'm fixing to
that
dance.
played in that circle. It's pretty amazing. You can't not just kind of feel it.
How close is this friendship now between you and Tiger Lily Gold? Like, for example, if you and Mike got remarried, would they be invited to the
Matt?
I know it's Matt.
You knew that.
I know. Whatever.
No, it's Matt.
No, it's not.
Would they be invited?
Yeah. Do you consider bridesmaids being invited?
Yes.
Like maid of honor,
that
or
is
just a bridesmaid?
that tight, huh? What about conversely? What if are they hitched? Are they single gals or not?
One is married and to a guy from Hazen. You know, they grew up in Hazen, North Dakota. Like now we're a little over an hour from Minot. And the other is dating. Hawk and I talked about this.
Hawk, wow, congrats.
John Michael Montgomery's son,
Loser.
Walker, who is also an artist, who was there and we met, got a picture with. It was pretty cool.
Will you be at their wedding if they get married?
I mean,
It's possible.
I'll probably walk her down the aisle, but I'm not gonna brag about it.
Man.
I might give her away, Krista. And I'm not gonna brag about it.
So you're joining Tiger Lily Gray?
Oh, wow.
I mean, come on, Mark.
Color my hair, Mark.
She's got no
All
grace.
his fault.
Yeah.
This is
Hair.
This is what happens when I sit in this room. The Corey just
Hawk, you're
Marnie,
through
Marnie.
osmosis.
Marnie, for 51, you look phenomenal.
Thank you. I didn't turn 51 last week when you were gone. Thank
I
you.
know. I texted you. I know 10-4. Now I'm never going to forget it.
Thank you.
10-4 over and out.
Well,
never going to forget that. That's your
Thank you,
birthday
because
now.
it felt like the people in this room had no idea.
I said
It was like
happy birthday.
multiple commercial breaks, and somebody goes out there and goes, "Hey, they're donuts," and I go, "Yeah, I brought them. It's my birthday. Happy birthday!"
That might have been
I've
me.
been here for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was. I appreciate you. I appreciate you didn't call me out, mine.
Wow, Hawk got audio of you singing at the Grand Old Opry.
I sound amazing.
Shouldn't people bring you donuts for your birthday? Why would you bring birthday donuts for
Because
yourself?
I knew nobody here would. Zach literally just texted me, "Happy belated birthday." Thanks, Lacko. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Shame on you.
Yeah, shame on you, Marnes.
Dang.
Yeah.
I just
Good
wanted
for you.
I want to finish up one thing that Parrish said about the history and all the people that there was a guy there named Graham Barham, Barham. He's on tour right now. He made his Opry debut. He's a young kid. He had like 45 family members there. It was so cute to watch. But he got to sing 2 songs, and he stood on the stage, and he just came out and sang the first one. And then between songs, he was like, he tried to talk to the audience, and he said, "I'm just going to have to keep singing because I think I'm going to pass out." And it was
Because of nerves or because of what?
because it was
You
the
feel it.
Grand
Yeah,
Ole
you
Opry,
feel
and it
it,
was
man.
not even full, and it was a Tuesday night, but it was that emotional. So it was really cool to see that. And then one of the performers, his name is John Conley, and he's like in his 80s. He was wearing a full suit and Nike Monarchs on the stage, the Grand Ole Opry, singing his #1 hits from 1961. It's just that kind of place. It was really, really cool. Thanks for your support.
Good for you.
I'm with you, Marnes. No,
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
there's a legend.
You
Her
can
name's-
feel the ghosts.
You guys know her name's Jeannie Seeley. She's also in her 80s. Yes. Don't even raise your hand. Put it down. She has played the Opry more than anyone's 5,000. They gave the number 5,272 times, something like that.
I said, "That's great. They're my brothers. They love me."
Adorable woman who, when we asked for a picture, took my hand and said, "Yes, but let's go in this room. This is Minnie Pearl's room." I knew Minnie Pearl. You know the woman, the old woman with the dress with the price tag over her head? Yes.
Yeah, Hawkwood, yeah.
Just stuff like that. It was just bizarre. And awesome, and the nicest people you would ever meet. And when they said, "Oh, who are you with?" and I said, "I'm friends with Kendra and Krista of Tiger Lily Gold," they'd be like, "Those are the nicest gals you ever meet. Man, they come through here, and we just all love them so much."
That sounds like Cy's Southern accent when he makes fun of Southern people.
I was going to say, did they appreciate your Southern accents?
Come on in and come into the Minnie Pearl room and skaka-dicka-ricka-dacka-doo.
That's like Chris's childhood all over again.
Really is, Grandma.
Oh, the one that hated your new album?
She did.
Chris, quit eating tires in the backyard.
It's the Grand Ole Opry for you. All right, we're running late. Let's come back. We'll do Fan 5. Initials in like 15 minutes. Power Trip Morning Show Fan.
The Fan.